Welcome to the Nest. I am your host, Anaya,
And I'm your host, Makaya.
and today we are here with.
The Campus Activities Board. My name is Kwasi Real. I serve as the Vice President. I'm a sports management major here at Delaware State University.
My name is Elijah Brown. I'm a junior majoring in biological sciences from Queens, New York, and I serve as the Campus Activity Board President, filming the movie team.
And we are also here with some students in order to hear their perspective as well on our old school meets new school homecoming. So welcome, guys.
What's up, y'all? My name is Kobe Wallace. I'm a junior, mass comm major.
Hey everybody, I'm Jaden. I'm a psychology major and a new media and art major, and I'm a sophomore here at Del State.
What event did you all enjoy the most during homecoming?
Y'all want to start it off?
All right, I'm trying to think, because it was a lot of lit events, I had a lot of fun at. I would definitely say probably the concert. And I know every year everybody usually looks forward to the concert, but the concert was definitely lit. Like, I know a lot of people was like, "Oh, it's choreographed music." Listen, that's what I was here for. That's what turned me up. Like, I didn't want to hear no R&B. Like, we say that for the spring. Like, I was trying to get lit up in there. So I definitely think the concert, and then also for me the plots. No question for me, the plots was rockets.
Yeah, Saturday was a great day. Monday was a great day too. Shout out to Freshman Class Board. They hosted a game, like, I don't want to say game night, but it was like a game day event. Went 18-1 Monopoly, cab always up. So that was a great time.
Yeah, I mean, the concert was definitely lit. But I got to go with Yard Fest. The plots on Saturday was too crazy. Like, I couldn't even see. It was so much lit.
Same. I can't stand events like that for too long, so I had to find stuff that I would enjoy, but I didn't have to be at for a very long time. So when I went to the game, I think my favorite part of the entire week was probably watching the bands play, because there were so many different ones. I didn't get to watch us play because I got to the game late. I was real mad about it, but I got to watch the high schoolers play. I got to watch a couple different groups play. I got to watch the girls twirl their flags and do their thing. That was real cool. Yeah, that was probably the highlight of the homecoming week for me.
Our Chapman painting was fire too. I found that like very therapeutic for myself. I enjoy painting now, so that was fire.
I played a little dog.
What was your favorite part of it?
I would say I only attended Yard Fest, and I always loved Yard Fest. Like you said, I could not see nothing. A straight tunnel vision. What my favorite thing about it though was the screen. I forgot who had the screen, but I loved it.
That was us, man. You're telling me in the spot, bro.
Yes, but I love the screen. What about you?
I really enjoyed Yard Fest too. I love a good Ville vibe, and also I would have to say the concert. So I love seeing Superbad. I'm a huge Superbad fan, so I really enjoyed seeing her. So now I wanted to know, was there anything that you guys came across this year, whether it was dealing with like events or social media, that you think was effective and that you would try again next year?
So can you say that again? Like, things we found effective?
Yeah, so like whether it had to deal with like social media, so maybe there was like a way that you marketed an event that really worked and took off, or maybe there was an event that you think got a lot of traction this year. So is there something that happened this year that you would do next year?
So I say two things, right? One is just like, I feel like my board is very personable. In the past, I didn't really know too many members that was actually on the campus activity board. So we try to be as personable as possible, like sit in different rooms like this and hear what people want. As well as like do surveys and take responses from what the students actually want and try to provide it to them. Like, we can't always do everything that the students want because there's a lot of restrictions with the school and stuff, and just real life things that's happening. But just being like able to talk to people like one-on-one, getting to know them, taking surveys, and just bringing the students what they want, I feel like is one of the most effective things we did this year.
For me, I would definitely say like catering to your audience. Like, for example, when we hosted a Juvert party or event, it's known at Del State there's a wide range of like Caribbean populations and just students on campus. So catering to that, we had a great turnout. And we might do a part two.
All right, I had a great time. I was out there partying. That was definitely, I did enjoy that event, so I will say that.
Yes. So the next question is, how did you all handle alumni engagement with planning the homecoming events?
So I'm gonna keep it a whole being. Like, when we started planning homecoming, they were doing a lot of stuff that was more catered towards the alumni, and I'm just like, we don't care, like, we the students. Like, and then they made me sit down. They like, all right, homecoming is for the alumni, and like it took me a while to really understand that. But once we got that, we was able to like strategically put a lot of stuff in different places. Like, for instance, the concert this year was Thursday instead of Friday. It's usually the Friday end of the week. but they wanted the step show to be on Friday so that alumni can come down Friday, Saturday, knock that out, and just go back to wherever they came from. So they could get that step show and the football game with the plots knocked out. And it was great for marketing, ticket sales, and everything like that. And then as well as like the theme really homecoming, old school meets new school really helped bring together the undergrad and the alumni. Because everybody was able to enjoy it. When we did the step show, we did old school movies. Y'all understood the movies. The old heads was like, oh yeah, that's my joint, you feel me? So everybody was able to like kind of piece in with that.
How did the events align with Delaware State's culture and or brand?
Ooh.
I can answer it for real. I mean, like, I when I did tours, I would always tell the family and the parents, like, we a small HBCU, but we definitely know how to party. Like, we like to have fun, so being outside, I just feel like that's a part of HBCU. Like, I don't want to say HBCU culture, but our HBCU culture. Everybody's different. So, like we said, we had Yard Fest, we had the concert, we had the game, we had the parade. All these just things that puts people outside and just together to mix and mingle. That's really what we all about.
And I'll say too, we try to incorporate a lot of like DSU culture, like stuff that I see my freshman year, stuff that happened before I got here. So like they haven't had a homecoming fashion show in a little minute, so we worked to bring that back. The step show, the first time they had that in a long time was probably last year, so we bring that back. The block party, I remember block party, spring fling, like my freshman year. So we like seeing stuff that worked and stuff that was lit, and we just gonna keep running that.
Are there any other things that y'all are thinking about bringing back from previous years we haven't seen yet?
We have a lot of new ideas that we're trying to implement. I would say like look forward to like some of the spring events like spring fling. More so for like homecoming, spring fling, welcome week is when we trying to do like those. All right, how do I say it's like annual events like, and something like the Juve is something that we're trying to make annual. So like we're like the first people to do that idea shoe, and hopefully when other people run cab next year, the year after that, they keep running that. So like every year like all right, bet Juve's coming up in September like or like.
Right.
Silent Hefo party coming up in the spring for me, something like that. So
Okay.
Yeah, definitely do want to say that we do want to do what everyone likes as far as what they've seen in the past. But as CAB this year, we want to go in a different direction and do things that people have never seen, which we can inspire the next generation of CABs to be like, well, we've never done this before, so let's try that. So that's really the direction we headed down.
yeah, because we definitely do like a lot more than just like regular events. Like we're trying to do community service. Like you see, we had sexual assault awareness walk. We had the campus cleanup day after the plots. Man, I could barely get up. But we was out there cleaning. Doing like more educational events and stuff is what we're trying to do as well.
I know that y'all did say you were gonna do another sexual assault awareness walk. Is that gonna happen soon?
Yeah, so we're trying to plan it to happen this month before it gets cold. It's like a lot of work. Trying to get together like the different programs in Delaware to all get on the same page, and then we want to include other orgs on campus. So I can't guarantee anything, but we're trying to make sure this gets done before we get out of office.
So it sounds like you guys have a lot of amazing ideas in the lineup, and I just wanted to know how did like working on a homecoming together, like what did it teach you about strategies pertaining to team dynamics? Because I know you're working with a lot of different people. Everyone's trying to come together to bring out this like one thing. So what did you learn during that process about working with a team?
So I say this is my first year being like a president or really leading something. So I really just had to learn to run it like a democracy and let everybody have the equal vote. It's 5 votes on the board. No position is bigger than the other. So I make sure everybody's able to voice their opinion and really, get their say in different events and stuff like that. So definitely running it like a democracy, letting everybody voice their opinion. It was a lot of work for me to get to this point, but just being able to like work together, get through it for me, early mornings, late nights, stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely do want to say we worked hard. We put in a lot to make this happen. Being transparent with each other as a board, we're understanding that things aren't always going to go smoothly. There's always going to be problems. At the end of most of our events, we always do a breakdown. Really just get to understand, like, if someone's really not feeling a certain way about something or really not feeling something, yeah, express that. But there's going to be some of us who are going to express it. There are going to be some of us who's going to digest it and then bring it up later. So it's really just about getting to know each other, really.
That sounds great.
Yeah. Okay. So, what feedback did you all receive from the concert lineup? Because I know there was a lot of feedback.
alright.
I was one of them people to voice my opinion a little bit.
Wait, what you mean by alright? So how'd you voice your opinion? Was you side?
You was on side chat.
Was you side chat Instagram or you was
no,
like?
I was around people.
Oh, like
my
amongst your
and
friends?
stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was
on
in the
side chat.
comments.
All right, before I go,
I'll take that.
I'm gonna like feel me, just full transparency. I just want to hear like what you thought, like what you were saying with your friends, and I'm gonna answer it for me. You don't gotta, yo,
no,
listen,
it's
I
okay
heard
because
you.
I'm trying to think about it because my friends did express their feelings about it too. But something that I feel like Vicky Lowe and Superbad were in the same genre, and I feel like someone else could have replaced that because Superbad and Vicky Lowe, they both have like an extensive
Right.
amount of music and stuff like that. So I just felt like somebody else could have replaced one of them. And you all took me by shock with the baby. I'm not gonna lie. I was not expecting him. Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna start with like explaining that, and then to the best of my ability, and then I'm gonna talk about like what people were saying. So, with let's just say like the materials we had, budget wise, options, that was like the best opportunity, like the best lineup we had presented to us. You feel me? And it would make more sense if I was telling a lot of people to look at other schools because a lot of schools that usually have like these big artists weren't really getting nobody. Like nobody's except for like probably NCAT and maybe like Virginia State. Nobody was really getting no Lil Babies, Ice Spices, or a lot of went to like one school. So the pool and like hip hop is really dead right now because there's not a lot of upcoming artists. And then if the people that is lit is charging like $1 million, 400, 500,000, you feel me? So it was a lot with that. And to be honest, we feel like we did like really good for the cards that we was dealt. Cause like I don't even want to sit here and complain, but like the cards that we was dealt, feel me? Like it was crazy. But as far as like Vicky Lowe and Super, the way I could really explain that is like Vicky was kind of like a last minute addition. So at first it was just those three, and then we was like we want to add something else to kind of like spice it up. And so we added Vicky. So it wasn't like it was Vicky or somebody else. It was more like Vicky or nobody. So it was either gonna be 3 or 4, and that's really why we put both of them together, essentially. But a lot of the backlash, it was killing me on side chat, man. Like,
Oh yeah, it was like
bro,
having.
I'm not really a person that's like, oh, like they talk about me on social media, like,
Oh, yeah.
but they was dead to me. Like it started hitting me. I was like, damn, because every time I went outside, they was like, oh, you better go inside. Like, so everybody was they was going crazy. But after a while, it started to die down. And then one thing I realized is like we can't really explain everything to everyone because people like to complain, but they don't want to like listen to the explanation or hear to understand. And then it's like I got classes, I got a whole bunch of other stuff that I'm trying to do, so I can't bend over backwards and try to kill myself trying to explain stuff to people. People get over it, they be all right, and then
They still bought them tickets though.
yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, we are we students too, just like y'all. So I mean, we really are trying to do the best. And then something like he said, trying to explain everything to everybody. Like something that I was hit with a lot. Oh, why can't we get sisters like NCAT? What's NCAT's enrollment? Oh, okay.
I had Summer
right.
Walker.
Right.
Oh, they got some. Oh,
Yeah.
Wait,
I
what?
think that's
Oh, yeah, for real.
Not at Summer Walker.
Still, what's the enrollment,
Yeah,
bro?
but it's
We
like
can't afford- got them numbers.
NCAT's the #1 public HBCU. Like,
Right.
yeah, you feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, look at people's lineups last year and people's lineups this year. Hopefully next year is different, but like this year is just a bad year for music. Like even if you go into like festivals and stuff, like it's not the best. You feel me?
I do have a question about like the the artist selection process because as students we get to see like on the page when you guys post like like the Google Forms thing. So how do you guys go based off of the results you get from that and then making a whole list of lineup?
All right, bet. So in the summer, right, we drop a little story joint and everybody puts like who they want, and from there the people that receive just say like, all right, this name got 5 votes. Everybody got 5 votes or more. Makes the poll list, and from the poll list, we're not really cutting people out like because y'all was putting Drake and all types of stuff. So we just want to see. So we and this is beforehand knowing like the artist pool, the budget, and everything like that. We did the poll. People did it on the Instagram, Google Forms, and then from there we have a middleman, like the people that do the production, work with the artists. We meet with them. We presented them the list that y'all gave us, and then essentially they tell us what we can do, like what we're able to work with what we have. So we try to get like as many people as what y'all put down the list. And honestly, like people was complaining about Superbad, but Superbad was the second most voted women artist. The rest of the males on the artist was like it was unrealistic. You feel me? But we was in the same boat as y'all. We students, so we like, all right, let's see if we could try to get them. Feel me? But like off the top, like a lot of people that we wanted didn't even want to come here or don't want to go to HBCUs in general. Not HBCUs, I should say, but like colleges, perform at colleges. Some people not. Some people are on tour. You feel me? Like
Or they're
like
just charging a
Sexy
insane amount
Red,
of money.
Sexy Red want to come here. I'm like, Sexy Red on tour the same day as the concert. So
Right.
it was a lot of stuff that, you feel me, you know, just happened. But yeah.
Okay, so to make it clear for the student body, like that polling process doesn't come, like it doesn't accommodate like budgeting and things like that. That's just basically.
Yeah, that's like that's
Oh,
what
yeah.
y'all want. So the polling process is basically like to see what y'all want, and then it's like, all right, boom. If the number one option ain't there, number two, number three, and you keep going down the line, essentially to see who we could get.
I mean, you could really say like it's a student feel. I mean, it's kind of the hype. We coming back to campus. We trying to get y'all engaged. So that's really what that is.
Yeah. And the quicker we get it out, like in the summer, before we know all of this, is like the easier it is to kind of like plan for it.
Right.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I'm sorry. The baby lit though. Like, you feel me?
It's cool.
Next question.
The baby-
No, the baby's definitely lit.
Did he really throw a water bottle?
A water bottle?
Yes.
He threw a water
No,
bottle?
he didn't
In the
throw the
water
water
bottle.
bottle,
He
but he
threw the
did
water
the
bottle.
water. He threw
Oh,
water.
oh.
Please flip
and
the
this,
rumors
I have
first.
another thing, right? So, y'all was like, y'all don't want the baby, this and that, and you feel me? Like that's y'all opinion, respectfully. Like,
Yeah.
feel me? I ain't pay for him out my own pocket, like whatever y'all want. But when he took off his dirty white beater and
What?
was getting ready to throw it in the crowd, everybody was like, me. I was like, I said, you see this?
I mean, even
The
when he threw the
hypocrisy.
water, I wasn't offended. I was like, oh, all right.
And then he showed love. You know,
It's
everybody
hot.
stuck around out there and took pictures with him. So it was
Yeah.
love.
I mean, more of a positive vibe, so I ain't mad at y'all. I still love y'all, I guess.
I guess. I guess it's crazy.
So, you know, speaking of, we were talking about Drake, SZA, Summer Walker, all that stuff. So, if you guys had like an unlimited, crazy budget and were given the opportunity to host like your dream homecoming, what is one like event that you would like to have there, or like a performer that you think would have to be there?
Drake.
I agree.
Seriously, like, I'm sorry. This is.
Before, well, this was like my DSU like idea when I was coming into Cab, and then I'm gonna tell y'all like my unrealistic idea. I wanted Gunna, Ice Spice, I think Rilo and OT7 Kwani, because those are my personal picks. Like I like them personally. That was like my personal picks. You feel me?
Hold
I
on.
love Ice Spice.
I'm sorry. What about No Cap?
I do rock with No Cap. I feel like Rilo, and I started listening to Rilo recently, right? When he dropped the last album, Big One, and I messed with No Cap from before. Rilo and No Cap, though, I feel like they're similar artists as far as like what they bring to. They like Superbad Vicky, Rilo, No Cap. So if I was to pick one, I'd probably go Rilo because I messed with a lot of his new stuff, and I feel like he got more hits that's gonna reach like the crowd. But I do mess with No Cap too, though. But if we was just throwing like a real lit, unrealistic concert, I'd probably go. I have to get Future, I have to mess with Future.
I don't know why the names you just said. You remember that fake lineup, bro?
Oh yeah, yo, the
Y'all
fake
remember
lineup
that?
was
Y'all
killing
ever
me
seen
too.
that?
Oh, with Mary?
The fake lineup, bro.
It was like SZA,
it was
Future,
SZA, Future.
Austin
yes,
Richie,
that
Yeah.
one,
Metro
yes.
Boomin.
No,
Yo,
because there kept
everybody
being
was.
like future songs in y'all's Instagram posts, and people kept being like, "He's
Oh yeah,
coming."
yo, y'all better
Yes.
guard Serenity for that. She be playing too much,
I'm
but
not gonna lie, it looked real, but it looked fake at the same time. And it was
Yeah.
like,
But
bro, y'all
it's,
believe that. It
it's
was
crazy
come
because
on,
like
man.
my close friends will send it to me like, "Hey Eli, is this real?" And I'm just like, "You know that's not real." Like,
If it didn't come
my
from the cat
DMs,
page.
my DMs and my texts, like I swear, like I'm not bougie. Like I get back to everybody, but like yo, homecoming week was crazy. Like, hey, can you get me into this event? I didn't
Oh,
get a
yeah.
ticket for this. I want a ticket from somebody. Can I exchange it? I was just like, please hit ticket in. Please text this person. Like it was just a lot for me. Oh, and I seen Ice Spice. I went to Powerhouse like 2 days ago. Seen Ice Spice. She wasn't the best performer. Like she was very underwhelming. Like
Really?
she was just walking back and forth. Like you see how Superbad performed? That's
She
what I
did
was kind of
perform.
expecting. Like
Okay.
Superbad snapped. Like, but like Sexy
She
Red
did.
and Ice Spice, like they cool. Like I like their music, bro. But like performance and music wise is like two different things. You feel me?
Yeah.
Some people could perform and some people just they just
Right.
Nardo
That's how
Wicked. They just go.
I
They're
try to
Nardo
prove that about
Wicked.
Lil Baby. Like I've seen Lil Baby. He's not a good performer.
Listen, I would have wanted Baby. I don't really care.
He's not a good performer. Just being honest.
I mean, I saw Usher this summer. He's a great performer. He's a really good performer. Like that was the time of my life. But
Spring Fling R&B.
type.
look,
Start
he,
doing it.
look, he did his big one. I can't even lie. But so Q, did you mention what you would want your dream homecoming to be? I know you said Drake, but that's it. Only Drake.
What you want, Smiley?
All right.
All the
Like,
other events.
Yeah.
Wait, do the artist first, and I'm gonna
The artist, realistically, like for me, or really just with the people like the Future, I really mess with that. Obviously Drake, and then I don't know, another artist that's really lit that I like. That's my personal favorite. I like Travis Scott a lot, and I feel like they all have done music together, which is like a nice.
Travis is a
collaboration,
great performer too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think as far as events, cause like I'm about to say something, then I'm gonna be like, damn, we should do that in the spring. So like I don't want to do nothing like that, but like I'm trying to think like honestly,
Yeah,
I really wanted to make like our block party was something common for me. We had like the different like fun stuff to do out there in the music, but it was Monday, so we couldn't go too crazy. But I would say like if we could do like a big block party like on a Friday, like you know inflatables, food, and really just like clear out either like because the block party they don't be letting you use like a real block. And we could use like that block, kind of like out here by where admin it goes to down like BOA, and we use that
yes.
block right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's so many safety concerns and hazardous stuff. And
Yeah.
but if we was able to do that and just have like a whole like party on that block, I think that would be like the ideal homecoming event.
Did you all, when coming up with the events, did you all think about using DSU downtown area at all?
So we was thinking about when we first started, it was like make sure y'all incorporate stuff for downtown. And then the first when we was trying to do the sexual assault awareness walk, we was trying to do it downtown originally, but then we moved it to on campus, and so we want to include downtown. But the thing we find with that is that is more students on campus, and then sometimes for these larger events, people don't want to travel downtown, and then it's kind of like easier for less people to migrate or accommodate to on campus to the main campus than like the grand majority of people going downtown. But downtown does have a lot of like cool spots and a lot of like nice areas down there. So we definitely gonna look forward to doing stuff down there more.
Yeah.
Is that all for the events and stuff like that?
Oh,
Or
like
did
dream
you all
events that
wanna-
we do.
I don't want to say nothing because
Wait, what do you mean, like-
Is this the same for both of y'all? Or y'all don't want to?
no, it's just I mean we probably thinking of different things, but still I feel like whatever I'm thinking of is probably something that could potentially happen in the spring. So I don't know.
So we avoid the spoilers.
Yeah.
We're avoiding spoilers.
Yeah,
okay.
basically.
If something hit me like in the middle, like, cause I'm gonna be thinking, I'm gonna say it though.
Okay, that's fine. Is there any specific moment that was most memorable for you? And what was? Oh, yeah. What event? What was most memorable for you all?
I'll go first.
For real, the Juvert, like, I don't know my history, my roots, my background. I don't know that, but just being out there with all those people, the paint, the powder, the water, it was just phenomenal. That was really a great time. I really enjoyed that.
I'll definitely say that as well because that was like our first like successful party, and people don't know the first like 2 hours it was like nobody there because of the rain, and so they was pushing us to try to cancel the event, but we were like for like other reasons from the university like we had to push it back twice. So I'm like, no, we're doing this, like we prepared, like I'm not pushing this back. So we just thugged it out, and like usually like when I have like events, like I'll be like, damn, like is people gonna come, like you start overthinking, but I was just chilling, vibing. I was like, it is what it is. You feel me? Like all we could do is do what we have to do. And then the rain stopped, cleared up, and that joint was rocking for like the last 2-3 hours. So definitely that. And then as far as like homecoming week, my best memory, I'd probably say the fashion show. We got the opportunity to walk in the show. And so I think of myself as a fashion person, but I don't really know how to walk and model all that. So I was just like, feel me? Let me walk down the runway, get my little shine. That was cool. And then definitely homecoming. We definitely wanted to do something different this year with the Alpha Applied. So that's why we got the screen. And I'm not gonna lie, like I didn't really get that much time to even look at the screen because so much stuff was going on. But it was there and it was vibey, and you feel me? I loved it. So y'all best moments.
My best moment from homecoming, like I can't get away from Yard Fest. Like when you think of homecoming, that's what you think of. You think of the camaraderie of everybody, alumni, students. You know, you think of everybody just being together as that one big party. You know, you got Greek life. You got so many people out there that's just. It just make it home. Like it feels like that's what you think of
Different
when you think
schools.
of college. You feel me?
It was mad schools.
Mad schools.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
the
spoke
bunches
to
was out
so
there.
many people. I didn't even know who they were.
Yeah.
Our homecoming was whack, but
I did hear that.
that's the streets is telling me, man.
Yeah.
Feel me?
Yeah, we definitely hold the
B-Ho,
title
B-Ho.
B-Ho. Yeah.
And speaking of BHO too, like that was BHO's like it was like starting last year, something that students were saying around campus, but how do I say this? It wasn't really like broadcasted like through like cab or like stuff like that. So we was trying to be like I said, we trying to keep it as thorough as possible. So we gonna call this homecoming B-Hole. When we did the calendar drop for homecoming, we made sure to put B-Hole on the top.
Make it a statement.
So like so I'm like we in tune with y'all. Like it's not like all right here and then we're over here like suit and tie, like it's completely different. Like we're all on the same page. Like we doing what y'all.
I can definitely say like, you know, I'm a junior, so I've been here 3 years. This is definitely the most interactive campus activity board we had.
Appreciate that, brother, man.
Appreciate that, man. That's a lot. That's a lot.
No,
Hey,
for
shout out
sure.
the past boards too though, because they paved the way.
Yeah.
And then shout out the next board, we paving the way for them. So
This has definitely been a very different experience. I
Yes.
came in last year,
Okay.
so I have not been here for very long. But there's a drastic difference between how we all operated last year versus this year.
I was my fault. I was gonna say something.
You can.
So like as far as like the year, I think that maybe like my freshman or sophomore year was a little bit different than this year, just because of like the different stuff that's going on campus. Like it's a different population. Public safety is different. You know, it's more safety precautions, which is not bad because at the end of the day, like we want vibes, but we want to be safe. Like so, it's a lot of different stuff. So like what y'all was saying, like us being like the most interactive, I definitely agree with that. And then there's a lot of stuff like that goes on campus, or I would say like doesn't go on campus that we don't really have control over because we can't do like a party every week. Like we could really do like a party a month because at a certain point the school's like, all right, we putting money into the wrong things. You feel me? So like, I just want to make sure that like our legacy, like for CAB, is I don't want to say like diminished, but like not made up of like all the other stuff that goes on this year. You feel me? Because it was more Vail vibes, it was more court vibes the years before, but it's like we can't really control that. You feel me? So we just try to make the best out of like the cards that was given us.
Right.
One thing I can say, I came in 2020, so COVID year, so we didn't have no homecoming at all, to my knowledge. I didn't hear nothing or see nothing about it, but we did have.
They ain't have the plots on Zoom.
No, that's crazy.
But we did have spring fling, and that was the year Little Dirk
Okay.
came. So that was cool, but
They said
it
it was
was
cold
like we didn't
outside.
have
Oh, yeah, I went to
homecoming.
that, bro.
So
That's
and then going throughout the years, the students, how active the students are has changed a lot, especially coming out of COVID. And like I know me personally, I never thought I'd go through an epidemic myself. So it's like okay, you have to adjust and stuff like that. But I can't say it's coming out very well for the CAB and the students.
Appreciate that. We trying,
Yeah,
man.
that's love.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And I think also like my favorite part about homecoming too was like how you guys were saying that you also included the alumni. Because like my mom and like people I consider like now part of my family, they all went here to Del State, so it was cool to see them be able to be a part of it and like at a time that works for them. So I think that was really considerate of y'all. And then it's always nice to see alumni together because it like you can kind of see how they probably were during their college years and then like comparing it to like how you are now. So yeah.
Definitely.
It's honestly the sweetest thing to watch them all interact with each other, especially when they're meeting back up, and you can tell those are people who knew each other
Like,
or
hey,
at
don't
least
know
who,
that's
like,
you?
graduated together.
We
It's
gonna
so
get
sweet
old,
to
man.
watch.
Yeah, we're gonna get old one day, y'all.
Yeah, man, that's gonna be us one day, man.
Don't
We
remind
so
me.
old on the plots without kids. The kids at Yard Fest, they had the babies.
Oh, yeah, they had
out.
babies on the shoulders.
That was
The
crazy.
babies
I
were
seen kids
outside.
too many
They
times
was
for my liking.
partying, like, oh my gosh.
We knew that there were party animals. Y'all have seen them.
They had toddlers on the plots.
Toddlers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, toddlers.
Toddlers,
Yeah,
preteens.
I thought you meant babies like new arrival. What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There was
no,
strollers
no.
out there. It was a couple
Oh,
No,
so-
yeah.
youth.
Yeah, but period. They're starting off early.
They learned
Yeah.
it early.
Yeah, little college life. Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you guys have any questions about anything else about their process for homecoming, budgeting wise, anything of that?
I do want to know some stuff about how y'all interact with public safety because I know because Q and I had to talk about stuff over the summer because we work summer academy
Yeah.
and there were like events and stuff that we tried to do, but there was like you had to have communication with public safety first. So I know that y'all have to do that a lot.
For sure.
What does y'all's relationship with them look like, especially like in the weeks leading up to and during homecoming?
So first, I want to say Chief O is bad cool. Like
Yeah,
I didn't meet him until
great guy.
probably like August, but he's real cool. He's probably like the coolest chief that we ever had, and he really wants us to do as much as we can. So I'm like, yo, we trying to do this. Like sometimes we'll just pull up on him and just be like, hey, we trying to do this. Or we see him stopping by, he'll be like, yeah, that's cool. Like let's get this done. Like he wants to have as much stuff as possible. He was even working on doing like a unity cookout with us. I think the weather that weekend had it got canceled, but he doing a lot. You see, Chief got the ice cream out. He's giving out free gift cards.
Yeah.
Like, he really trying to be there for the students. So I think that's dope. And usually a lot of times we're not like in direct contact with him. So we have like advisors and people that work at OSLE or student experience now. And so we'll tell them like what we want. Like, hey, we're trying to do this event from this time to this time, or we need X, Y, and Z. And they'll kind of communicate with him and get back to us. But he's cool to the point where we could just walk up to him and just be like, hey, what's up, Chief? Like, we're trying to do this.
Yeah.
And then,
He's always popping out to events, always speaks, friendly guy. Yeah. He's always looking out too.
That's real cool.
Yeah. That's cool. I think it's nice that everyone has like, connection where it's like, you guys are connected with the students, public safety is connected with you guys. And I
Right.
think communication is like the biggest like aspect to making things work and making sure that there's an easy flow.
listen, it's your opportunity to ask whatever y'all want, because I'm on here keeping it a bean. So,
Do y'all have any questions, real questions that you want to ask aside from the professional stuff that we asked?
Oh wow, what you trying? You had them ask unprofessional questions.
Listen, you
Unprofessional.
I mean, professional, of course. Please, no cursing on the mic.
Right.
Are we getting a spring fling concert?
yeah, so I can't promise none, but that's definitely what we're working on.
Right.
Is bringing the spring fling and then having a concert as well for the spring fling. It's gonna be a week full of events. And that's another reason too. Like, no shade with it. You feel me? Last year, y'all didn't have a spring. We didn't have a spring fling.
No.
You feel me? So we cutting back on a lot of stuff for homecoming. And homecoming was so successful. We cut back on a lot of stuff for homecoming that we could have did so we could preserve it for the spring. So you have a better all around year. And that's all I'm saying. People don't really want to listen to understand, because they'll be like, all right, homecoming concert last year was better. But they forget the whole no spring fling part of
Right.
it. So it's like, feel me? You gotta give a little bit, take a little bit. So
And like
So-
we said, we are going in a new direction. So just expect some different stuff too for spring fling.
And so with that, like you said, like last year, a big part of like going over the budget was the reason that we didn't have the spring fling. This year, the concert tickets were made free. Was that a detriment to the budget, or?
So I ain't gonna get too crazy to the budget, and so I'm gonna just clarify this right. I ain't say that they went over the budget. You feel me? I don't really. For me, that's for them to say. But for whatever reason, we didn't have a spring fling concert, but we did have a homecoming one. This year, with the concert being free, that was an administrative decision. So that was like beyond us. Like, got the call from upstairs. Feel me? And from the conversations we had. And the budget cuts we made, like I said, for homecoming to happen is not going to affect us.
Okay.
And we're still going to be able to rock and roll. We having events this month, Midnight Breakfast in December with
Next
SGA.
month, right around the corner, really.
Yeah, so
Semester
expect
almost
some
over.
stuff. Spring is going to be ready to rock and roll as well.
Yeah.
So as a rep of class of 26, Notorious and all that,
Mm-hmm.
we out here. And for class of 27, since we haven't, and none of us have really had a real spring fling,
Mm-hmm.
for people who have like already experienced that before, can y'all kind of like tell us what that's like?
Dang, let me go back to freshman year. I got
Yeah.
that.
so for me, I think spring fling is usually like less stuff than homecoming. And when I say less stuff is like, it's not really like the plots and everything like that. Like, you'll get your concert, you'll get like a couple events throughout the week. It's not like the yearly holiday like it's homecoming. But it's still big. But it's more vibes for me in the spring. It's
Right.
nice. The school year is getting out. Like, the weather is nice. So you'll catch like a lot of like off campus like day parties, a lot of calm stuff like that. I think homecoming is like better like as far as like events from the school, but spring fling has better vibes like all around.
I don't want to say no right or wrong answer, but how we said before, homecoming is for the alumni. I feel like spring fling is really more for us. Like, it's really us. Like, you're really not going to find no old heads popping out to campus, really.
Nothing in spring fling is matching the plots for me. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
the rest of the week is definitely vibes. Like,
Yeah.
especially because we about to get out of school. People just came in from Miami. Feel me? From
Oh, yeah.
spring break.
Spring break, Miami.
So yeah, it's similar though. It's similar.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't say I can't remember it like too well, but I remember it was this one party off campus. I had so much fun, and it was just a lot. Like, it was party after party after. I didn't get in the house till like 5 a.m. I was like, Lord, it was my first time doing that, so it was really fun. And then I think Yeah, it's kind of a difference for homecoming.
Right.
Okay.
Homecoming, I got in like round 1.
You got a 4-hour difference.
Yeah.
Getting ready for midterms and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, even though we didn't have a spring fling last year, spring was crazy last year.
Yeah.
Oh
It
yeah,
was.
it's
Especially
still wild.
after, you know.
DSU gonna make their own spring fling for me.
Yeah,
DSU gonna make
we
their
don't
own
make
spring
it.
fling.
Y'all
Because there
will.
was
Who was
definitely
it,
stuff
Snowfall?
happening.
Yeah, we had snowfall in the spring. That joint was rocking.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah.
Fun.
That was funny. I'm from Michigan. That was funny.
You from Detroit?
Nah, Grand Rapids.
Oh, okay.
Different side of the state.
Got you. I know nothing about Michigan. That's the city I know.
Thank you all so much for taking the time out of your day just to come join us and just have this open, discussion and conversation. Not only do we appreciate you guys having this conversation with us, but I believe the whole student body does as well. Thank you so much for stopping by. And this is The Nest with your host, Anaya and
Makaya.
Appreciate y'all radio, man. Y'all lit, man.
Love you, man. Love the student
Good
body
time.
too.
Yeah.
all right, and we are signing off. Bye.